Oh, we didn't even do any testing. Hello, fight fans, and welcome to another episode of War Council. We are here today to break down UFC 302 happening June 1st this weekend. I don't know if you guys have looked at the card, but it is stacked from top to the bottom. And Mr. Jamahal himself has, in the middle of training camp, has paused in this moment. What are you? You're actually in between sessions right now, from morning to night, to come here to the studio and break down this card with you. So, yeah, let's get into it.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, man. You know, it's Dustin Poirier, Islam Makhachev, headlining UFC 302. Man, let's get into it, man. It's a crazy card. I actually didn't pay attention to this card before because I've been in camp. You know, I've been busy last couple months, one camp right into the next, rolling straight through. But this card is absolutely stacked. Absolutely stacked.
Like starting off, even what?
Like
just at the prelim.
Right from the jump, recognizable names and everything like that. What's going on, people? How y'all doing? I'm still getting my sorts and whatnot together, pulling everything up.
You're good. In the meantime, I want to remind you guys. Turn on his live. In the meantime, I want to remind you guys to enter the chat. You need to do $5 minimum, okay? And then we will read out your questions or, you know, enter you in the conversation. If the comments are inappropriate or extremely just off topic, I'm not going to read them. So please keep that in mind. Don't waste your money.
Yeah. But as far as these fights go,
where are you starting off?
Let's get into it.
Phil and
man,
Jake Matthews.
I feel like this card is like crazy, and I gotta start like right at the beginning. You know, just because.
You go the early prelims or the.
Well, actually, I don't know those guys. We're gonna go.
Well,
it's only
3 fights, so let's just do prelims because
we got to get y'all at least to give the prelims. Starting out, Phil Rowe versus Jake Matthews. Ooh, it's a good one. Phil versus Jake Matthews.
Yeah, they're both coming off of a loss right now, and they're pretty well matched up. I did see, like, I was going through their stats. The only difference is they actually. Oh wait, did they just add the odds on here? No, they didn't. Still don't have the odds on here, so they don't know who they're gonna have in to win yet. But I do know that Phil is one of those people. Like, if you were to just go through and watch his fights, he's just somebody that either finishes or you have to get out of there. So 0% of his fights have gone to decision. The other guy kind of takes his time. I mean, he's a finisher too, but what are your thoughts on that one?
So, in this one, it's a pretty interesting fight because Phil has good striking. He has good, decent enough boxing and whatnot on the feet. I know he really shines through mostly on the ground and in his grappling. But he got some hands, bro. He got some hands, and he can actually stand and bang. Jake Matthews, we've seen he's got some hands as well. He's got really good striking. He's got really good blocking and rolling with punches and landing. He's got a really nice uppercut that he slides in up the middle really well. He actually submitted Darius Flowers, which Darius Flowers is a jiu-jitsu guy, a grappler. And I think they kind of like, it's a really good matchup. Like skill for skill, like as far as like where they both are, as far as both in a good mix of striker and grappling on both ends. They're both pretty good. So what would I say to? So with Jake, I go with him because more recently I've seen him I kind of his losses are a little bit more fresh. Mm-hmm. He kind of struggled with being beat to the punch first, and the Smellinger, whatever his name is, fight. I feel like he was just beat to the punch a lot of the times. He beat Smellinger was able to beat first a couple times. He caught him and hurt him early, and I think that played a factor into it. The last fight that he was in against, I think like Darius Morales or whatever his name was. I think it's kind of more so the thing. I think Darius is a little bit more fast and quick than he is. For Phil, I think he should use his boxing, use his length because he's pretty tall and got good range for that division. I think he should work behind the jab, work his way in, and try to look to get him down.
6'3".
Yeah, he's tall. Phil's tall.
I didn't know he was that tall.
Yeah, he's tall. He was there hooping whenever we hoop. So he's got some height. He's got some athleticism. He's pretty quick. He's durable too. He can take a hit. He can take some shots. For Jake, I think Jake would be better served using good pressure to put Phil up against the cage and unload and start letting some combos go while Phil is up against the cage. With limited space, he kind of gets into this weird like little leany thing that he does against the cage whenever he's like up against it. So I think like coming up, fading a little bit and letting some combos go from there would serve him well and possibly lead to getting him a finish. Either way it goes, I think it's gonna be a great fight. We're gonna see a mix. We're gonna see a good mix of everything. I think we'll see a good mix of striking, and we'll see a good mix of some grappling as well, especially if one guy gets hurt and not just completely finished, but eats a good shot. Both of them are game to switch it and grapple it out on the ground. Should be a good one.
Yeah. Our next one, our lightweight bout, Grant Dawson versus Joe Selicky.
Joe Selicky.
Dang, they have Grant like a landslide winning this.
Yeah.
Minus 485. I think are they both coming off of a loss right now?
Yes. Yeah. Grant's last loss was the one where he lost to Bobby. Which Bobby has a very unique skill set that, you know what I mean, he can catch you. He's fast, he's quick, he's got good timing and good movement at that weight class. Joe Selicky, from what I remember, from what I've seen, his last fight was against Jakar Klaus. And Jakar just kind of outworked him. I feel like Jakar really outworked him in that, landed some good shots that hurt him. And I think that was ultimately like the difference. It was actually not that, from what I remember, wasn't that much that dominant of a that one-sided of a fight. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'd have to probably agree with the odds on this one. Yeah. Grant Dawson's grappling is phenomenal. He's a phenomenal grappler. He makes no pump fakes about what he does. He's gonna come in. He's gonna try to put you down. He's gonna try to beat you up. Look for a submission if he can, but ultimately grind you out and beat on you on the ground.
Yeah.
So yeah, for Grant, I'd say for Grant, get in, get to him. But Grant could also strike. He's got decent punches. I think he got kind of caught up with fell in love a little too much with his striking with somebody of the caliber of Bobby. But I think he just sticks to his bread and butter and what got him here. Just get him to the ground. And yeah, for Joe, I think he should kind of try to, as much as you can, that same kind of formula that Bobby did, that stick and move, bro. Stick and move. Still work behind the jab, work behind a good, solid, and long jab, and pick his shots. Pick good shots. Be ready to sprawl. Be ready to defend the takedown and get back up to your feet. And yeah, just work behind your strikes and try to kind of find your shots and work behind that, and then kind of build behind that.
Our next one is a ranked fight. It's pretty exciting. The heavyweight with Jailton Almeida and Alexander Romanov. Jailton is at number 7 and Romanov number 13, right? Yeah. What are your thoughts on this heavyweight fight?
I think it's a good fight, especially, and it also speaks to how loaded this card is. The fact that it's on the prelim,
right?
Because Jailton was just entitled contention talk. He was just entitled. If he won, had he won his last fight, he would be fighting for a title because now Curtis is now fighting for the interim title against Tom Aspinall. So yeah, it just also speaks to how absolutely loaded this card is. Alexander Romanov. I'm not extremely familiar with him. I see he's got a couple. He's been stopped a couple times, but
yeah, he don't really stay in there too long.
He's fought some experienced guys though. He fought Volkov. Volkov is a beast. You know what I mean? He's an amazing kickboxer, tall, one of the biggest frames in the UFC. So I get that one. Merchant Tabura lost that one decision. That one I would say that one probably was a lot of ground time, a lot of beating him up on the ground, possibly.
Yeah, they have Almeida in favor to win this.
Yeah, man. I think this was kind of tailor-made for Almeida to win, but to get him back on track, because in this position they just want to keep him up there at the top in title contention. They like him. He's a good fighter. He's solid. He's still young and he's hungry. For Jailton, I think Jailton just come in and be Jailton, dog. Honestly, the dude's big as fuck, and his grappling, he's extremely strong. If you've seen how he was able to grab Curtis and give Curtis fits in the grappling department, and we all know the competitive degree of Curtis's wrestling. So the dude is as strong as an ox. I think he should come out, put it with, just try to relax more so, set into the fight. Don't try to force the grappling so much like he did against Curtis. I think he should he has good powerful strikes, and usually whenever I see the path of least resistance for him is whenever he's able to hit somebody, land a solid strike on them, then work in and implement his grappling. So I think he should work safely, work back, and work to find a good solid shot to land on him, and then work his grappling in after he's already kind of softened him up with a nice shot. And from that big ass motherfucker, it only takes one.
Right.
The Alexander Rachmanov, I think he's got to clip him, dude. You got to come in, go balls to the wall, bro. I think for him, I think he come in, kind of press, try to put Jailton on the back feet, be ready for the takedown, get him on his back foot, fight him off his back foot. Some good fast stiff jabs in his face early on, kind of make him kind of force the shot. If you can get good fast jabs in his face, I think you might be able to force a shot and set up maybe an uppercut, a knee or something off of that when he shoots in, something to really discourage him, or possibly end the fight in that. But I think definitely he has to have Jailton Almeida fighting off his back foot if he wants to have success in this fight.
All right, we'll go over our last fight on the prelims, and then we'll get to some questions, and then I have a couple topics for you. Before we do that, we got Cesar Almeida versus Roman Kopylov. Yeah, both of these guys.
Roman.
What? Oh, 5-0 versus 13-2. No, 12. Oh my gosh, I totally transposed those numbers. 12-3. Yeah, they're pretty well matched up too, from strikes to grappling.
I know Roman Kopylov, all right? I know who he is. I've watched him. We got the same manager. The boy is good. The boy is just a straight up fucking fighter, dog. I'm not gonna lie. He dropped his last fight to Fluffy Hernandez. Fluffy Hernandez is a durable, tough motherfucker. You know what I mean? And he's well-rounded everywhere. He's been around for a while, and he's been through some wars. And I think that was a learning curve for Roman, in the sense of he was putting it on Fluffy. He had him hurt, good, hitting him with good body shots, hitting him up top. I think he actually dropped him in that fight, and Fluffy just weathered the storm, got him, started landing his own strikes. Roman got tired, and Fluffy poured it on him, was able to get him down, and land one of those late submissions that he loves. Cesar Almeida is coming from. He's another one. He's one of those guys transitioning over from the kickboxing lane. He went I think he went a full fight with Alex Pereira. So he's got, I think he might even fought Izzy in his kickboxing career. So he's a very, very experienced and decorated kickboxer coming into this fight. I know Roman is good at getting under strikes and getting to the body, a good body lock, and actually he has good ground and pound from the top. So if he's able to get him down, I would actually suggest that for him. So if I'm Roman, he has a good jab. He has really good boxing. I think he can use that to work inside that kickboxing range and force a little bit more of a box match, but ultimately get in and take him down. Get him to the ground. Beat him up from the top, ground and pound, and try to look for the finish there. For Almeida, I think just do what he's coming over to do. I mean, he's gonna be who he is, who he was in his last career and things like that. Obviously, coming over in the MMA, you have to add things into your game and tools and certain things like that. So I think in this one though, the kickboxing will be the road to victory. I think he should. The way Roman stands, he kind of stands a little sideways. So I think a calf kick, working his low, working his calf kick, working his jabs, working off of his jabs up the middle, some teeps and things like that up the middle, and ultimately trying to follow that plan of chop this kid down, try to beat him up. You know what I mean? We've seen him. He's tough. We've seen him hit hard early on and him weather the storm, but as far as battering, you know what I mean, putting a battering on him, like batter his legs, batter his body, things like that, and then see how you can wear on him and build up to a finish from the fight from there. I think that would be a good route for Almeida to take.
Okay. While he is pulling up, I think we have a question in the chat. I do have a question for you because your opponent changed recently.
Right.
So could you talk to us about that? What happened?
So yeah, as y'all all know now, my opponent was changed. I was originally scheduled to fight Khalil Roundtree at UFC 303. He had a situation with tainted supplements or drug test or whatever the situation was. Long story short, he's out, and with him being out, I needed a new opponent, a new challenge, somebody else to come in, and Carlos Umberg was the one that was willing to step up. I've seen some things about people saying like, "Oh, he's number 11, you're number 3. What do you really get from this?" There's a lot of things going on right now in the 205 division. There are guys that are booked. There are some guys that are hurting. Some guys that are in some weird spots in their career right now. So Carlos is hungry. He's on the longest winning streak, active streak inside of the top of the rankings. He just had an amazing performance with a win over Alonzo Menifield. And I need to stay active, bro. It's good for me to stay active. As I was out for over a year, coming back off of an injury. In the camp, I wanted to start this camp in shape, have a camp where I was starting the camp in shape, able to work on my go pace, you know. So Olberg is in. It is what it is. When you're the best, you don't worry about the rest. I'm here to dominate everybody from the number one contender all the way down to whoever, even the new guy coming up that just got signed, whoever. I don't even know names specifically, but whoever. That's what it is, and he's up. So that's where we at with it. It's gonna be a great fight. He's hungry. He's getting an opportunity to come up and to showcase himself at the top of the division. Former champion. He wants that belt himself, and I know now that what I've done, I can be a road to that. But this ain't no smooth sailing road. This ain't no slick road, you know. I hope you know. Yeah, he knows what's in for. I'm good. I'm good with the team over there at City Kickboxing. Everybody knows my relationship with Israel and his brother and things like that. So yeah, they know my mindset. They know how I come to fight, and I expect them to have him ready, and I'll be ready, and it's gonna be a great show. International Fight Week.
Can we pull up that question in the chat? All right, villains. Thank you for your chat, villains. He asks, speaking of Carlos, what are your thoughts on Alonzo Menifield? I'm assuming you're asking about the fight with Carlos, the last fight. You see it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would say. Like, my thoughts as far as what? You know, if we're going as far as the last fight, I think what he did was boneheaded. The way he came out, just rushed in recklessly, carelessly. It was just he looked like what a lot of people think MMA fighters are. You know what I mean? It's just wild, angry, raised out motherfuckers. Just, I just want to hurt somebody. Just want to hurt something. And he came out and he paid the price for that. I think Alonzo is a great fighter. I think he's really I think he's physically he's physically skilled. He's physically imposing. He's got dynamite in his hands. We've seen him now in his last food. He submitted Jimmy Crude, who's submitted one of the best submission artists in this division. So the talent is there. The talent is 100% there. I would have liked to have seen him lean more on that, more so on just trying to be aggressive and just try to, I'm gonna just bully this dude and take him out, which he wasn't able to do. And now Carlos Ulberg is getting his shot at the top as opposed to Alonzo Menifield getting his shot at the top. So
yeah, that's kind of, I was sad when I saw that. Yeah, it was 12 seconds. It was 12 seconds.
I thought that was gonna be a banger.
I did too, but I mean, you know how it is if people aren't. They go in certain ways. We got one more. Villains is on it today. What do you think of Aljamain Sterling's beard removal? Did you see it?
I saw it. Look, man, I ain't gonna be commenting on another man's appearance and shit like that, bro. That's his business. He gonna do whatever he want to do. He grow. But speaking as somebody who hasn't been able to grow the full beard and the facial hair, how fucking dare you? How fucking dare you, sir? All right? But it's your world. It's your business. Do what you will.
He could probably grow it back in like a week too.
Probably. Right?
That's
what I think. That's more so the part that pisses me off.
He grow it right back.
The fact that he just comes right back. Been working on this motherfucker for 33 years. Nothing.
It's all right.
Fuck you and your question, man.
All right, I think we're good on these. Sorry, I'm reading some of these chats. Hey, y'all tell me some jokes or something. Usually we have a good time in the chat section. All right. You ready to go on to the main card?
Yeah, let's move it along.
The main show.
No.
Hold on, let me pull my stuff up.
Oh, I got the.
You got your Jamaican.
My Jamaican brother, wagwan, my brother, wagwan.
Randy Brown, versus. I'm not saying that whole name. We'll just say Dos Santos.
No idea how to say his name, but I know ready to come in the box upon his head.
There's a name on here I can't say though. We'll get to that in a minute. Y'all can roast me whenever we get there.
Isaiah.
No.
Zowski Del Santos. Zaleski Del Santos. Yeah, Santos. When I can't pronounce shit, I just kind of go to like a grunting like Mexican voice.
Oh gosh.
You know what I mean? It's just kind of like it's just kind of where I go with it.
Yeah, so they have. All right, so of course Randy's coming off of a win. Dos Santos coming off of a draw. I'm sure he's. Am I crazy? Like, if you come off of a draw, is it more when you go into the fight? Are you more like determined to like finish it? Like, do you feel like you have unfinished business?
I would hope so. I would hope you come into every fight to try to finish. But if you actually had a draw with somebody, I would want to. The next fight, if we rematch, we got a rematch. I would want that to be so one-sided to just show. Because that's the only way you can really be like, oh, I'm that much better than he is because I came back and I showed my improvement and how much better I make correction.
Yeah, they have. Of course, Randy's in favor to win this one.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I've never seen the Santos guy fight. His last fight was a draw. Oh shit! He beat Bernard Saint Dennis Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
Oh, so he must be legit. Shit. Well, we know Bernard. He comes in grappling. In order for him to be a winning decision, he would have had to have grappled in that fight. So he probably comes with some pretty nasty grappling. But Randy's, as we know, Randy's a huge welterweight. He's got really good boxing, really good striking. He's really good at putting people on the outside of his strikes. He's got good takedown defense. He's good at bringing people back up to his level and fighting at his range, especially at the welterweight division, which I feel that is huge. I don't know exactly the height and stature of Dos Santos, but I would assume for him his goal is to get it to the ground, try to snatch up a submission. And for Randy, it's just do what Randy does: stay on the outside, be the sniper that he is, and find him at the end of one of those long, clean shots that he likes to hit people with, and put him out. Pause if that sounded crazy.
Wait, we watched his fight in person, right? Randy's? His last one?
Yes.
Were we there?
When he knocked out, yeah.
Yeah, that was
good. That was
exciting.
good. I've seen Randy fight in person a few times. I know Randy. Randy's my dog. You know, like I said, wagwan, brother. You know, he yeah.
That's a good opening.
I think that's a good
for a main card.
I think that's a good opening for a main card. Randy's always a good fight. It's always action packed.
All right, our next one is Nico Price versus Alex Morono.
It's a dog fight. That's exactly what this is. This is a straight up dog fight. They threw this in there just for people that, right, y'all at this point, y'all the main card and already had one fight and it warmed up. The beers and the liquor should have already been hitting y'all. Y'all should be feeling the energy of the crowd at this point. And then they just throw these two dogs and then let them go at each other and tire and gnaw at each other. Alex Morono versus Nico Price. Man. They're brawlers. They're both brawlers. They both can mix it up. They like I said, like it can be like a clash of like they come in, start landing shots, trading blows. Then from there you get a clinch, and then from there, then you get transitions on the ground from there. I think it could really be like one of those fights, just like a slug 'em out dog fight. But for Alex Morono, I'd like to see him come forward and pick his shots. Just put the pressure on him. Alex likes to. He's got that bounce to him, little movement side to side, and good head movement, things like that. I think I'd like to see him use that, put good shots on Nico and back him up, and look to mix it up with combos, because Nico has a tendency to kind of just have his hand here while he's still kind of like jabbing a shot out. If you were able to counter that with combos, you can actually land some pretty good shots on that. As far as Nico goes, I think Nico's a lot bigger than Alex is in this weight class. I believe he might have a size advantage on him.
Like height wise?
Like size. Like I think he might be bigger, and I think he might be a little taller than he is. I could be wrong.
Nico's 6 foot. Morono's about 5'11".
Mm-hmm. Morono looks like 5'10".
Is he just broad? He's
like
five,
not 5'11", like 5'8". I thought he was like 5'8", 5'9", or some shit like that. But hey, still, I think Nico's got broader shoulders, things like that. I think Nico works a little bit better whenever he's able to clinch guys up, put him up against the fence, and kind of beat him up and make it dirty. I think it needs to be more so a dirty fight for Nico than it does for Alex. I think a dirty fight could favor Nico. Nico does have a fairly good gas tank. Even when he's getting beat up or he's tired, he still has a tendency to do some pretty good things and some dangerous things to give himself a chance in a fight. So I think that Nico, make it a dog fight. Alex, just stay on that bike, move around, bounce, and pick your shots.
All right, our next one, your buddy, number 15. He went up for this fight. I didn't realize that. Duh.
So
he went up to middleweight for the Kevin to take this fight.
Oh,
with
Kevin.
Mikel. Is that how you say his name?
Michel. Michelle Olajaychik.
All right.
I got that one. I got that one. I like Michelle. I've seen him fight. He was actually in the 205 division. He was a fight that I was looking at one point. And yeah, dude, the dude comes to he's a good boxer. He's got good boxing. He likes to work. He keeps his head movement in and out. He lands good shots. They may not look like much whenever they do, but whenever he hits guys, they react. The reaction is unmistakable.
Right.
He can crack. So yeah, you know, Kev, the blunt, bro. You already know. I think it's a good fight for Kev. I think for how Kev fights. For how Kev fights and likes to flow. He likes that kung fu flow. Sort of more so. He kind of can get caught in the lunge game. He does kind of lunge a little bit whenever he's attacking. And Michel is a guy that his footwork isn't the best. Mm-hmm. It's not the best, so his movement isn't the best. So I don't think with the physical difference, because Kev is tall. Kev's damn near my height. And Michel's maybe like 6'1", you know, so he's actually pretty short and pretty doesn't have the biggest frame for 205 or even 185. So I think that moving in and out, moving with his ability, him being able to kind of jam coming forward and bang bang and make him lean and go backwards and then hit him as he's going backwards is Kev's game. I think Kev does that really well, especially with the side kick. Whenever he's able to neutralize you, come forward, bang, he'll hit him in the gut with like a side kick or a front or a teep kick, or even when he's just able to just shell up and block, catch him come forward and throw like a little elbow on the inside and then throw as he's exiting. I think that'll work well for Kev. But ultimately that jab, man, I like to see him work behind that jab, keep it in his face, keep it long, keep it, you know what I mean, just stifling, bro. I think nice, fast 1-2s down the middle, and then work to find that hook that he likes because he's got pretty powerful hooks. I think that'll serve him well. Michel Olajaychik, I think he's gonna have to fight this fight the way that he fights it, just right. Kind of stay in his face. He's gonna have to be very defensively sound, defensively minded, and try to beat up at the body. Go to the body, try to beat up at the body, and then just make the punch count high. If Kev is able to neutralize and counter and able to land hard and clean, and he's not able to actually put shots on Kev and get him to run back and they wear Kev down, I think it's a bad night. But I'm here for it. I think that's a great fight. It's an amazing matchup, and we're definitely gonna see fireworks in that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting for sure. Before I get to this co-main event, that ring, that damn championship ring on your finger, what does that say for the people that can't see it?
Says J Hill. It says J Hill. It's got the SD, the Sweet Dreams on the side. I got it from my coach. Shout out my head coach, CP, Chad Pomeroy. Bought it for me for my birthday. Chad
gives good gifts.
Chad does give good gifts. He knows I like diamonds. All right, we ain't there yet. We're gonna get
almost there. Almost there, though. All right, our co-main event. Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa. Why? Okay, question on these rankings real quick. So they have Sean ranked as number 1. So is it champion and then number 1?
Hold on, my bad. I just seen this question. It's actually a really good question.
I said,
we're going to give you this one for free. It says, what aspect of basketball would you say translated best to MMA?
Oh, that's a great question.
That was a great question. I would say the footwork. It was a crazy conception now that's like, oh, Hill has bad footwork. He's got. My footwork is very precise and I spent years doing ladder drills, so my movement may look unorthodox, it may look off or some things like that, but my balance is unmistakable, and which also will help with my takedown defense. I've never been easy to take down just solely off the fact of being able to keep my balance with footwork and things like that. So I say that was definitely that and explosive, because basketball, a lot of basketball is you got to go bang, turn and change direction, which you can end up having to hit boom 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 a lot of moves on somebody and then being able to explode and go up and jump. So conditioning, your conditioning during explosive athletic movement, I'd say that helped with that too.
Okay, back to my question. So yeah, on the rankings, because they have Sean Strickland as number 1. So is it champion and then they have number 1? Because I thought the champion was number 1. Or am I tripping? Does that make sense? Number 1 contender. And I should know this. Our producer has to correct me. So they do have Sean in favor to win this. Both of these gentlemen are coming off of a loss. What are your thoughts on Strickland versus Costa?
Strickland versus Costa. I've been out here, as y'all know, and I've been in Vegas training at Extreme Couture. I got some rounds in with Sean last week. I think it's a good fight. I think it's a great fight. It's definitely gonna be action. You got two guys that like to come forward. Paulo Costa's a heavy puncher. He likes to come forward, box, throw hard. Sean likes to come forward, press the action, use pressure to get in your face and force you in the boxing exchanges. I think that honestly, these guys are gonna fight how they fight. You know, for Costa, I think it would be smart for Costa to mix in some grappling. 100%. Costa's gonna have to mix in grappling into his game plan. He's gonna have to clinch him. He's gonna have to use the threat of putting Sean on his back, and he's gonna have to work the body at Sean too, because as you've seen in fights, just headhunting against Sean doesn't work, which Paulo Costa has been known to be a headhunter. He headhunts a lot, and I don't think that's a recipe for success here. For Sean, I think Sean just has to fight how he fights. I think Sean's style of fighting is tailor made to beat up Paulo Costa. Just because he comes forward, he's in your face, he's very defensively sound, and he picks his shot. He picks disruptive shots. He picks well-timed shots to where whenever Paulo might be all right, set up to try to explode, and he can just take all that work that he did away to wear on him and get him tired. And we've seen Paulo Costa get tired, like he did in the last fight against Rob Whittaker. This fight is 5 rounds. If he gets tired like he did against like he's done in previous fights, we've seen Paulo Costa get tired whenever he's not able to take a guy out in the first round. If Sean pushes forward and is able to get him tired the way that he's been able to do to pretty much almost everybody he's fought, I think Sean then is able to pour it on him in later on. So I think for Sean, just come forward, put the pressure on him, stay in his face, stay safe, pick good shots, and let him wear himself out, because eventually Paulo Costa will wear himself out, and as he starts to punch and get himself tired, do your thing, what he does, and just beat up on him and pour it on him. That's kind of how I see the fight going.
All right, now we have the main event of the evening. I feel like this is going to be an emotional fight. With Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
So we have a champ versus
Former
number 4
champ.
ranked. And this fight is crazy. How do you? I actually have a question for you, because Dustin's obviously like he's badass, but like, how do you prepare for somebody like Makhachev? You know what I mean?
Islam Makhachev, somebody who can knock you out, can strike with the best of them, which we've seen. He can strike with the best of them, and has probably some of the scariest, most dominant grappling, top pressure in the game. Oh man, you make sure you sharp everywhere. I think you train, you make sure you're sharp everywhere. You prepare for the takedowns 100%. Your conditioning has to be on point. It has to be probably the best conditioning you've ever been in because of the ability to make you tired. And those guys like Islam and those guys that train with Habib and them, their conditioning is incredible. I don't think I've ever seen Islam tired. Well, he did get a little tired in the Volk fight. But he was still able, his strength in that and thing didn't really change. So I think you have to be very, very well conditioned and in very good shape. You have to be on point. You have to be on point with your movement. I think you have to come out in a certain take control early. I think Dawson has to come out early on, and rather than kind of sit back and kind of, all right, dude, getting your thing, I think he needs to land I think he needs to come out with some good setups early and try to land a really good shot on Islam. I think he has to put some damage on Islam early. Islam's gonna come out and do what Islam does. Islam's gonna come out, he's gonna strike, he's gonna show the hands, he's gonna present a very, very formidable threat striking, because that's what he is, and he does. And I think he'll use that to eventually get to the takedown with Dustin, because he knows the danger that Dustin comes with. Dustin comes with good boxing, good defense, and then all it takes is one hit. You know what I mean? But not his last fight, the Saint Bernard, whatever his name is, he was actually doing very well against Dustin, staying on he took his back, put the threat of choking him and all of those things, and he ended up getting tired. Dustin ended up getting up and caught him. Yeah. Just caught him and put him out. So I think Islam will come out and present formidable, good jabs, good strikes, try to land some good shots on him, and then I think ultimately he's gonna work to try to get him down and look for a submission.
Has he fought someone like Dustin before? And what I mean by that is because Dustin is such a seasoned fighter. He's literally, there's not a lot of athletes like him that have kind of started and transformed with the sport where they're still competing at this level.
No,
just a different type of dog.
No, I don't think he has. But the one he's fought Bobby. He did fight Bobby Green, and Bobby Green with that movement. I think that's like if you can pretty much like if you can beat a fighter who has really good movement and things like that, footwork, and is quick in and out, good fast punches and stuff. Dustin's a little bit more stationary. Obviously, Dustin beat Bobby back in the day, all those things, whatever. I'm talking about just strictly like just the physics, the inside the game, right? Dustin's a little more stationary. His movement isn't as quick, isn't as lateral, and his punch, he's not as in and out. He's more very precise with his movement and making you pay for little small mistakes, catching and rolling and things like that. So I think with how you would have to fight him for that cardio to kind of like counteract that striking and then that threat of that takedown, I think Islam's already kind of seen the worst of a matchup that can give him fits and things like that. So yeah, I do worry about Dustin's kind of stationary boxing stance. Not as he's not as light on his feet, like with the movement and the kind of bounce around in and out and things like that. Mm-hmm. He is a little more stationary and in there in your face to be hit, rolled off of it. And he does do a lot of blocking and rolling, and that can lead to him booming, coming up and getting up under him in moments. So that's definitely something that I worry about with that. One thing I have noticed about Islam is kind of the way he holds his hands, the way Dustin punches really sharp up the middle, can split through that guard. Yeah. If he's good off a good setup and then a good commitment through there and that right turnover right there, he can split Islam's guard. The biggest thing is getting Islam to move where you want him to move, right? That's what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to get Islam to move where he wants him to move so he can actually set him up and put him in places to put the right kind of strikes on him to discourage him from one, to do damage, and two, to where he's not getting taken down or he's not getting put in a bad position.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, who's going to control this fight? You know, out of the two of them, who's going to control? Is it just going to be back and forth?
I'm gonna be honest, just based off of the grappling threat that Islam, based off the grappling threat that Islam brings, he's going to have to. I think it'd be Dustin. Dustin will be initially. Dustin will be more amped to be on the back foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I crazy? Dustin hasn't announced that he's leaving, right? But the analysts and what I'm seeing is people are talking about it's like he's coming to the end of his career. So, like, I feel like this is going to be one of those emotional walkouts.
Yeah.
Like, could this possibly be Dustin Poirier's last fight?
It's possible. He's already, and he's as much as said it, man. And it's a tough, man. It's a tough one to even think about the UFC without the diamond in it. It's a crazy thought.
Because, like, even if he loses, he doesn't have anything to lose. Like, he's done so much.
Made a lot of money.
He's made a lot of money. He's changed a lot of lives. Like, he's inspirational. Just his name, just saying his name.
Man, he's built himself into the brand. He's been able to transition what from where he started and being to he's good. He'll be fine. He can have a really good and comfortable life outside, away from fighting. So he don't really need the fight checks anymore. So he's got that. And not only that, I'm pretty sure he gets pay-per-view. I'm pretty sure he gets pay-per-views. I'm at this point, it's like something about these guys when after they fight Conor or something in their contract, they end up getting pay-per-views after that. Like, I'm dead ass. So I expect he's definitely gonna take home a good payday off of this fight. And yeah, man, it's gonna be tough, man. He said he was gonna use. That's why I keep singing the song. He said he was gonna use the blend from the singer, from the guy that went viral, remixing the Rihanna song.
Yeah, Diamond.
And he's gonna use that. And if you've ever heard that clip of that guy singing, you know how like powerful and emotional that can be. He's found a way to blend it into his song, and just for everything that he's been to the game, to guys like me coming up whenever I was coming in watching him and things like that. And I think it's gonna be up there, man. It'd be up there with the top emotional walkouts. One of those ones that you remember, memorable walkouts. And I want to know y'all. Well, let me know some of y'all. Give me y'all top three like most memorable walkouts. Like, I think this could be up there with the Korean Zombie walkout, you know, like, and like, don't get me wrong, I loved Zombie. I loved Zombie, and I loved watching Zombie fight. I did not expect to feel what I felt whenever he was walking out. I didn't even know it was going to be his last fight. It was like, that was crazy. I'm like, yo, what is happening right now, yo?
I was like, whoa.
It's just something that you just felt. What is a walkout? That's just something that you just felt. Like, you just felt that walkout, yo. Yeah.
I want to experience that in person. That type of, like, I can't even explain it. And if anybody has not been to a fight, I highly recommend you go to at least one. It's a very different energy. I like watching on TV though too, because I get really great angles of the fights a lot better than you do in the crowd. But the energy you get in that room, in that arena, and the reaction that you get from the fighters, it's pretty overtaking.
It's just an energy, man. It's just a fucking energy in the building. It's just like, you can't shake it. You just feel it, dog. You just feel it when you're there, and it's crazy. It's good stuff. It's what the sport is all about. It's like, I think it's like what people pay for. It's what people pay to come see, to come be a part of, and to help create. Yeah, I think we in for one of those moments on Saturday, and I look forward to it. I look forward to it with a heavy heart, because I don't want you to go, bruh. I don't want you to go, bruh. But yeah, that's my.
I'm looking through these chats to see if we have any more questions up in here.
Now, if we ain't got no more, we don't have any questions. I'm going.
Oh, Yes, from Villains again. Villains, thank you. You should have just been here today. Do you think
Right.
Alexander Rakic can be champ? He looked real good against Yuri.
Yeah, Alexander Rakic did look good. He did look really, really good against Yuri. And make no mistakes, bro. I look, that fight week, I had some interaction with Rakic, dude. I fucking love Rakic, dog. That dude is funny as shit. He's awesome. He's actually a really cool dude, man. For real. Yeah, I think he looked good in the Yuri fight, and I think he's as talented as anybody in the division. Like I said, the guy knows how to win. He's been off for a while, so I feel like that kind of weight that was kind of that weird on him a little bit. But can he be champion? Yeah, it's possible for him to be champion in the division. He has the skills and things like that. The problem is I'm in this division, so I already know. I'm gonna say it's my boy, but. Still gonna have to see me, man. You know what I'm saying? You can only be one.
I'm trying to think if I have any questions for you or myself. Oh, Villains again. Where did the whole beef against Uncle Live come from? Do you think he has the most tools to take the belt from Alex next? How do you like the matchup?
The beef with Uncle Live, bro. It's just competitive nature, competitive beef. He thinks he's him. I think I'm him. So it's like that. And then not only that, he just says some crazy shit sometimes.
He's asking with you.
Yeah.
With you.
yeah.
Wasn't he the one that said something and then blocked you?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's all making for a great show. So I'll go make for a great show one day. Do I think he has the tool? I wouldn't say he has the most tools. I think he provides a very, very, very huge threat to Alex. He's got a lot of things going for him in his fighting style and the way that he fights that work very badly against Alex. Like as somebody who was in camp, who studied the game, who's been out there, who's been in there, Uncle Live definitely presents a very, very valuable fucking threat to Alex, bro. That's a fight that I want back. That's a fight that I want to. So, lucky for me, they don't really care for Uncle Live that much. So we gotta stop. It's just the truth, shit.
I think they do him wrong. That's my opinion.
Hey, yo, Bullet, you gotta calm down. You gotta calm down, bruh.
Who's Bullet?
He said it's on site with Oldberg, bro. You gotta chill, bro. That's still.
It's funny. It's so funny because I've noticed this with fans. Like sometimes if you don't have enough like tension with your opponent, like they don't like that. Like they want you to have more. Like it needs to be more of a, bad guy versus good guy. But then when you have too much of that, or even if you give them what they want, it's like, you're talking shit. You're too confident.
People
it's
are
like,
weird.
come on, y'all. What do y'all want? Y'all want a show or not?
What it is, look, I get it, bro. I get it. You may have had some dreams in life that